All right, this is the message. This is more of a general message than the week ahead. So you could see it as a something that comes in this week or noticing it, or it could just be kind of a new energy that's forming. And that's really what I feel, because this isn't going to happen in a week. So essentially the vision I had was of this massive, expansive landscape. And it was really open. There was no mountains, no ocean. The sky was kind of a light pink, blue, purplish color. The landscape looked fallish, kind of a light pastel. And then there was all these people on the landscape that were separated. They were about 6 feet apart, which is kind of funny. They all had their distance, but within that space, they were doing yoga, dancing, just enjoying their reality, just sitting there in peace. There was no conflict. There was no distortions. It was just like this calm energy over the entire landscape. So this is what that meant, okay? And so let's see here. Let me go into this. This is actually representing a new togetherness. So it's individuality and unity in perfect harmony. So all these people were together, but they had their individual fields activated, okay? So there was no merging, no collapsing into others' energy, okay? So the message here is to honor space and sovereignty. So we're shifting to connections that respect boundaries, so we can be near each other without entanglement, present without draining. So it's about being fully ourselves while allowing others the same, ending old patterns of codependency or wound sharing. Okay, it's about the heart is now widening and patterns are releasing. So we can understand this frequency as a way to create gentle expansion in the heart space. So old relational knots loosen naturally, and we feel the shift from consuming ties to spaciousness, nourishing one's connection that uplifts rather than depletes. So the way you're going to feel this is sovereignty. You can tune into your field. And this is really the path of the light body work. And I'm going to get into this more so in the post I do tomorrow. It's about the next 10 years. So then approximately the next 3 or so years, we're still dealing with external chaos, political, wars, conflicts, other people untangling from other situations. Once you untangle, that's when the deep healing works. And that's going to be from 2028 to 2032. That's going to be the deep dive for most people, where they're like, oh man, I got to heal this. And it's going to be this energy that we're seeing here, where people are connected but not entangled, okay, so that they can do the work on themselves in that it's not necessarily isolation, it's energetic sovereignty. And from that place you can start doing the healing, okay? But there is an expansion in the heart even though there's distance from others, okay? So the third part of this is arising from your own center. So everyone needs to start sourcing from your own inner pulse and inner light, okay? So everyone there was actually self-generating energy. There was no hooks, cords, distortions, pulling energy. They were all self-generating. And this is what we're moving into, okay? This probably is a long-term vision. I don't see this happening this week at all. I think it's something we're working towards. So energetically, you're working towards self-sourcing your own nourishment from pure source energy. And to do that, you have to be sovereign in your field, okay? Your presence alone contributes to collective harmony. So by coming into that harmonic and sourcing your own energy, you're able to contribute to the collective harmony because everyone is sovereign, and that energy starts expanding to others, but not in a destructive or distorted way. It's like everyone's raising everyone else up through their own harmonic, okay? So it's coherent embodiment stabilizing the field, okay? And the next part is this peace through sovereign embodiment. This is about peace. It's not isolation. It's being empowered, standing in your individual truth, the world becoming vast and intimate simultaneously. There is a self-organizing harmony emerging as each person shines from within, okay? How do you engage with this energy? Practice spacious connection. So when you're near others, practice engaging from a sovereign place. So you have strong boundaries. There is no force, there is no push, no pull, no manipulation. Focus on your inner rhythm daily. So focus on your sovereignty, your light body, your energy field. It can take a while to untangle cords and distortions and become completely sovereign. That's actually the path that we teach in the Jedi School. It's coming into complete sovereignty where no one else is pulling or manipulating your field. You're fully in that sovereign place. And what's cool about the vision I had is that's the collective energy. So everyone has the potential to get there, to be in that sovereign energy. And so we have that path to get there, okay? So this is what you need to start working on, if this resonates with you, is being around others without that entanglement, okay? Start feeling your energy when you're around others. Sit in meditation every day. Tune into your field, okay? How does it feel? Do you feel distortions? Are there energy leakages? You can actually just do this, and that's what we train in the school. We train people how to look at their field, figure out what they need, and start mastering it, okay? And then it continues to progress as your light body evolves, okay? This is what's being recommended for the collective, to start working on that, because that's where we're moving as a collective, into that sovereign energetic space, okay? So, and the big picture of this is that we are moving from external seeking to internal sovereignty. Okay, so there is no more seeking externally to get validation or healing or nurturing or whatever. You can do it from within your own field. Okay, you have connection to source energy, anything's possible. Okay, you don't have to source externally. And this includes vitamins, medicine, love, pretty much everything you can source through pure source energy. And that's not to say that you stop doing that stuff now, because you can't stop until you're completely sovereign in that energy and you've mastered it to such a degree that you can create any frequency within your field and your body and sustain it. And that's why the individuality and the boundaries are so powerful and necessary, is because you have to generate the frequencies needed and you have to learn to hold them, okay, without anyone coming in, hooking in, attacking your field, anything like that. So it's complete sovereignty in the field, self-generating, self-healing, self-sustaining, okay? That's what we're aiming for as a collective. And it's a process to learn. Anyone can learn it. You just have to focus on it. So that is the focus this week. If you are following my work and it resonates with you, sit down, work on your field. Start documenting, journaling, what's going on, tracking how you feel. Are you sovereign? Are you not? Is there other people's energies? What does that feel like? Okay, running out of time again. So, okay, so if you're interested in this path of sovereignty and energetic mastery, reach out for an analysis and I can look at your field. We can see what's going on. If there's rips, tears, holes in the field, if there are distortions, blocks, how open your chakras are. I go through the entire field, all the chakras, higher gateways, lower gateways. I look at what Merkaba structure you're holding, what's activated, what density you're grounding in, and then we can go from there. And I can recommend a school or a session or books to help you with this next phase. Okay, there's a lot of options here. The analysis I always want people to do first because we can see where you're at in what's recommended. And then we can go into the appropriate school, or if just books and self-study are helpful, I can give you recommendations for meditations to start if you're not ready to start the school, or doing a session once a month. Okay. So that's open. Please reach out at any point in time. Now is the time to start doing this work. Okay. We have up through 3032, and I'm going to go into this in more depth tomorrow, where the healing stuff is going to get more and more intense for people. So now is the time to start it. Okay. I hope that was helpful. Sending you so much love.